to the front.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to the live.
Focus on starting up and around bitches who only want something to do with you. If you got pockets, it's young, my pockets is rich. Credible shit, play if you want, get what you get. Players get lost in the love with a bitch. You be paying the cost of be home with a kid. It'll be a long day for you, nigga. Don't see me wasting time. No, I got to pick the line. I got my life on the line. I got no time.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the live. What's good? Ashanti, what's up? Welcome to the live, welcome to the live, welcome to the live. For those who don't know me, my name is King Hoodie. I'm a recording artist from Miami-Dade County, Florida. I make music. Ashanti, coolin', what about you? I'm chilling, Ashanti. Welcome to the live. We are live right now. Welcome to the live. Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm excited. I think this is gonna be a good live today. We up, we here, we getting activated. Life is good. Life is amazing. It's a lot of things to worry about in the world, man. I'll be honest with you. It's a lot of things to worry about in the world. It's a lot of things to stress over. It's a lot of things that'll take your focus and take your energy and take your attention away from the things that matter. However, if you stay focused, man, and focus is such an interesting word, man. My sister called me the other day and she used the word on the conversation that I haven't used in a long time. She said she's in a point right now in her career where she doesn't really have time for like personal relationships, like a romantic relationship. She feels like God has her in a season of concentration. And I was like, man, concentration. I haven't heard that word in so long that it's like, it's crazy to hear it. You know what I'm saying? She said, concentrate. E.T., what's up? What's up, E.T.? Welcome to the live. Concentration. I use the word focus a lot. I'll be like, yo, you know, I feel like I just gotta focus or this or that. Like, I always thought my superpower was focus, to be honest. I was like, yo, bro, my superpower in life is focus. I can focus on something and get it done. Whereas I think a lot of other people can't. You know what I'm saying? Who is concentrated? Who's concentrated? My little sister, E.T., I had a conversation with her the other day, and she was just telling me she feels like right now in life she got to concentrate. She doesn't have time for like a relationship. She feel like God got her in a season of just concentrating on her goals, her career goals. Chasing Smiles, what's up? And so I thought that was really interesting, you know? Hey, true. You better stay focused. Miss Minnie Sweets, what's up, Miss Minnie Sweets? The one who is very loving or the one that does your hair? This sister is the one that's very loving. This is the sister that she'll tell you she love you and you feel like you in a like Kevin Costner movie. She's like, oh, I love you so much. You're like, oh, thank you for that. Appreciate it. The moment, like she makes moments. But she was like, yo, I'm in a space right now where I feel like God is telling me to concentrate on my career and focus on my career. But the word that she used was so interesting to me. I was like, man, I haven't heard the word concentrate in a while. Maybe it's just me. I feel like focus is like, boom. I heard Steve Harvey say, bro, I'm not as smart as y'all. I don't use 3 or 4 syllable words. And I was like, man, that's true. If you think about it, morning, my love. What up, Jasmine Major? Welcome. Sincerely Severe. Let me know when you in Dallas, broski. I'll be in Dallas soon. I'm going to be in Houston, I want to say May. I'm going to be in Houston next month, but I'll make my way to Dallas. So, yeah, I'll be in Dallas soon. Sincerely Severe. I'll see you out there. Concentrate. She used the word concentrate, and I was like, man, I feel like it's so much easier to say the word focus. However, like the words that we choose to use are so valuable because she said concentrate. And I'm like, man, that word concentrate is such an amazing word. Concentrate. How many people can concentrate? How many people even use the word concentrate? It's a 3-syllable word, so I know not a lot of people are using it. But like concentrate. Concentrate means multiple things. Like to concentrate is to like hyper focus on something. You know what I'm saying? But to concentrate is also to like distill something down to the purest form that it could possibly be. If I take anything, a perfume, and I concentrate it. If I concentrate the smell, one drop is gonna be able to like light up your whole house. You're gonna be able to smell this thing everywhere because it's so concentrated. You know, to distill something all the way down to its purest form, concentrate. And it was so valuable to me when she said it to me. I'm like, man, that's a bar. You know, because a lot of perfumes have water, alcohol, a bunch of other things in it to fill it up and to like make it, you know, whatever it is. But like to actually concentrate, to have something that's concentrated means you got the purest and most potent version of it. So my question is, are you concentrated? Focus is one thing. Yeah, I'm looking at one thing and not looking at the distractions. To concentrate is to distill it down to the purest thing. It's just like what we were saying yesterday about decision versus a choice. It's like, yo, bro, you got to make a decision. That means decide. An incision is to cut in. A decision is to cut away. You got to cut away everything that ain't your goal. You got to concentrate, bro. Concentrate. What a nice word, bro. That's the word for the day. The word for the day is concentrate. What's the word for the day, y'all? Write it in the chat. What's the word for the day? What is the word for today? The word for today is... They don't got no drum roll effect up in here. Brrr. Marvin Hernandez. What up, Marvin? I see you over there on the live. I got to turn this way to see the Instagram comments. The word for the day is concentrate, Chasing Smiles. You got it. There is a drum roll. Is there? I don't see a drum roll. I see a boing and a heartbeat. I see some other stuff. I'm telling you, the word for the day is concentrate. And it's such a good word, bro. We don't use it enough. And it's funny because a lot of times in like our modern idiom and the modern way that we like use these words, we find a way to make certain words interchangeable with each other. And it's like, yo, they're not really interchangeable if you think about it. Like, those mean two different things, you know? There's a reason why it's just not one word. Those are two different things. But like, the fact that we can make it interchangeable is like changing the meanings of it. Oh, to focus is to concentrate. Really? Because I've never went to the grocery store, seen some orange juice, and it said, this orange juice is made from focus. It's like, nah, the orange juice is not made from focus. That orange juice is made from concentrate. Meaning what? Concentrate, bro. It's different. Concentrate, like something that's distilled down to like the purest form. Concentrate, bro. Concentrate. 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 Yo, look. There's a very good chance that I lost my mind yesterday, right? And I say that to say only because it just happens. Every time I got a live show, bro, I end up like losing my brain. It's so much pressure to put on these shows, bro. You gotta promote, you gotta like organize with the venues, you gotta organize with the live band, and you gotta organize yourself. You gotta get all your stuff together. So there's a very good chance that I either have had a mental breakdown yesterday, am gonna have one tomorrow, or I'm currently in the middle of one. Every time I gotta do my own show, bro, the pressure just collapses on me. I'll be like, oh, I lost my mind. I've just lost my mind. Whatever is about to happen is gonna happen, and I'm gonna go with the flow like an alcoholic in a car crash. Like, I'm going to go with it. And man, I had this moment yesterday that was so crazy. I was reading this book. I was going through all the like pressures in my mind of all the things I gotta do and all the things I gotta handle. And I was reading this book, and I'm like, man, I don't know. Something was telling me the answer was in the book. I'm just reading this shit voraciously. That's another really good word, voraciously. I'm reading this shit and I'm going through it. And man, like something happened in my mind that it clicked. Everything just clicked for me yesterday. I was like, oh, I see now. I get it. And it's so crazy because the book is fire, Quantum Success. It's the same book I've been recommending to y'all. But bruh, it's crazy. Let me see. Wapo, Sasha Jones. Thank you, Sasha Jones. So wait, what? I'm telling you. Oh, yes, a lot. Is your manager helping you? You know, the crazy part about it is I didn't even know that I could ask my manager for help. I'm so used to doing things by myself that I shackle myself and I handicap myself. Like, I didn't even know it. He was here the other day. He's like, yo, bro, why you not letting me help? Like, give me some of the information. Give me some of the tasks to do. And I was like, yo, I can do that? I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know you was going to help. Like, I'm so used to doing everything by myself that I drive. That's why I be having these mental breakdowns. But it wasn't until like 2 days ago, I was like, yo, bro, I'm trying to take all this stuff off your plate. You just got to allow me to do it. I think you're not allowing me to do it. So I'm like, oh, I see. I have to grow, and I have to change, and I have to be comfortable delegating, and I have to be comfortable understanding that other people can do these tasks, that I don't have to do all this stuff. And it's so weird because I'm just so used to doing everything by myself. You know what I'm saying? Gotta breathe, right? We'll send up prayers for peace to be still. Hey, thank you, Toy. I appreciate. Wait. I appreciate that. That's the one. You speak to us about help, mister. I absolutely do. I absolutely do. And then I still be like doing everything myself. Like, bam, I'm about to do this myself, run it up. It's because I feel like I've had disappointments in the past, right? And I've had these disappointments, and you can't be jaded. You're not supposed to be jaded by the things that didn't work out in the past for you, but you are supposed to learn from them. So I feel like, man, in the past, if it has always been me doing these things and I've gotten certain results, let me just apply myself and let me work myself to the bone for this. But that's the wrong way to do it. And I know it's the wrong way to do it. But it's like, in the past, I've also had other people do things, and I feel like they either didn't do them right, or it just didn't work. It didn't work for some reason. Like, it just did not work. And I'm like, man. And I do not want to be a slave to that. If you need something done right, do it yourself, because that is the absolute wrong way. You're going to be stressed out and burned out and crazy. So I'm learning. I'm learning in the process right now. But now I feel like I finally do have certain people around me that are capable enough to do it, to do the things that I need. So now I'm back in the stage of like, okay, completely be a student and completely give other people these tasks and completely trust people. Because if I don't, then I'm going to put myself in a great disservice yet again. And so that's why I feel like I was losing my mind. Now it's so crazy because I was so stressed putting the show on, and I'm like, man, I gotta hit a certain number of ticket sales or else, and this and that, and expectations and mentality and all this stuff. And it wasn't until like this last week that I realized, yo, bro, the way that you actually are supposed to do these things and have it organized, you have all the tools at your disposal. You're just not using them properly. And I'm like, man, that's so crazy. And I talk to people all the time about, yo, you got 3 to 5 numbers in your contact list right now that can change your life. You're just not using them. And here I was not using my own numbers, not using my own stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's so crazy. Because I thought I could just handle it the way I've been handling it, not knowing I've been mishandling it. I haven't been handling it properly. The right way to handle it is like, yo, sit down, talk to people who are eminently qualified to help you do these things, tell them what the plan is, and see how everybody can play a part. Have everybody agree to play that part, and then let it be done. I didn't even know this until recently. I don't even have to promote my own show, and I didn't even know that shit until like 2 days ago. Somebody was like, yo, bro, you could just reach out to this person right here. This person's a promoter. They'll just do that for you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Yo, bro, you don't have to do, like, they're letting me know, like, yo, all of these things that you're doing right now, you don't have to do them. Like, you had to do them before, but you don't have to do them anymore. Like, there's a person for that now. Like, you didn't have that before, but there's a person now. And I'm like, oh, well, I didn't want to set any expectations for this, that, and the third. It's like, yo, you can't be afraid of expectations. You're going to let people down. That is going to happen. Anybody who tries to always hold the world up, you're gonna get crushed. You're going to let people down at some point in time, but your fear of not letting people down is stopping you from even giving people the opportunity to be let down. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you got to at least give, because there's a 50% chance that they won't be let down. Good things will actually happen. Great things will happen. They'll be in a better spot because of it. You'll be in a better spot because of it. And it's all as a byproduct of you being willing to work with that person. And so, yeah, when I say all these things, it's good because at least y'all can see it right now in real time. I'm not just saying this stuff to say it to people like I got everything figured out. I don't. I'm learning this stuff in real time as we go. So we just out here working on the ways that we can concentrate. Wow! Yup. Concentration. But see, you could also be concentrating on the wrong stuff. I was concentrating on me doing everything, not knowing that I had help. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. Let me see. I know this feeling. I'm trying to stretch myself thin because of past experiences. Right. But now I have my circle that is solid and we help each other. Man, that's beautiful, Toy. I get it, though. You're used to moving on your own. Learning to delegate isn't always easy. It's not easy, but it's necessary. What did E.T. say yesterday? E.T. said, that might not be your fault, but it's your responsibility. I was like, yo. I was like, E.T., take me to church. That was a bar alone. E.T. said it. It may not be your fault, but it's your responsibility. So I was like, yeah, bam, it's your responsibility. Handle that. Yup, we hold ourselves up for so long, never ask for anything, so it's easier said than done. Crazy. Yeah, we can't do that no more. We cannot do it. Bar. Right. Y'all make sure to keep tapping the screen. Y'all make sure to keep sharing it live. I appreciate y'all. E.T., We about to get into a battle right now. I don't know if you want to wait. I don't know if you want to get it started, but we're gonna battle today. And like we said yesterday, when you choose your side, you stay on that side. Whoever you are today is gonna tell us who you are forever. Forever and ever and ever. Because we have to concentrate. I'm loving these sound effects, bro. I really be going through life right now wishing that I had these sound effects. I'll be like, yo, what's up? Outside doing regular things, and anytime somebody says something, I'll be trying to look for the button nowadays. It's so weird, because that's happened to me like at least twice, where somebody says something like, oh, and I'm trying to, there's no button to hit. This is real life. I'm like, oh, that deserves a sound effect. And it doesn't happen. When is the battle? The battle's supposed to be today. We might have to plan it out better. But I don't know. It's up to ET, cause I feel like she challenged me. I might have challenged her, but I feel like she challenged me. So it's on and pop it. Be your own cheer team. Yo, I need to have this button with me everywhere I go, chasing smiles. Everywhere I go from now until the rest of eternity. You feel me? Let me see. I'm gonna play. Oh yeah, I might as well play this one. For some reason, I've been playing You a lot lately. I didn't know how many people love this song, but they do. You challenged me. I don't believe it, E.T. I think you challenged me. I think you challenged me. I feel that way. You know how nowadays in the world, you don't need to actually like have facts anymore. You can just say you identify as it. It's like I don't gotta have any facts no more. Like I feel like you challenged me. So no matter how the challenge was set, it's your fault. What did you say yesterday? It may not be your fault, E.T., but it's your responsibility. Ain't that what you said? Isn't that what was said? Isn't that what was said? Jasmine Major, facts. Let's do it on my B-Day, April 29th. Okay, all right. April 29th, that's not far away. All right, so we're going to set up a battle. We're going to build up our followers and our fans. We're going to create our armies, build our moats, set up our barricades. And we're going to get it popping. And Devin, where's Boo Queen when I need her? Hey, I don't know where Boo Queen is when we need her. I haven't seen Boo Queen in a while. I think Boo Queen is on, if I'm not mistaken, I think Boo Queen is on YouTube. Yeah, we got 2 watchers on YouTube right now. I don't know what they're looking at, but they definitely looking at us. I want to say Boo Queen is on YouTube right now. I'm almost positive. Boo Queen, if you're on YouTube, make a comment so we can know for sure. Because I don't be looking at the comments over there. I don't. As soon as we jump up live, I go on YouTube and I see a bunch of comments. I'll be like, oh, snap. She been watching on YouTube. Yup. I think we live in a world right now where people can identify as anything. So right now, I'm identifying as a victim. Because I feel like E.T. challenged me, and now she's backing down from the challenge. And she's resetting it for another day. It's okay. It's okay, because we could wait. I got time. You feel me? I got time. However, by the time that day come around, we're going to be well over our 50th episode. And I got to do something special on the 50th episode. Right now, this is episode 45. Shout out to us. Yes. Shout out to those who've been here, who in here now, and who's still here. I appreciate you guys. For real. Let's see it. Y'all make sure to keep tapping the screen. Y'all make sure to keep sharing the live. Let's turn the space up. Let's get it popping in here. As you tap the screen, the live becomes more and more visible, so more people could come. We probably all have to invest in like some sort of device that could just poke the screen for us nonstop. You know what I'm saying? We gotta invest in that. But getting back to it, the word of the day today is hey. Appreciate you, E.T. Yeah, you trying to butter me up now, huh? Yeah, you trying to butter me up. Hey, E.T., I reached out to your homegirl too in Orlando, so I don't know if we confirmed it, but we agreed on a date. And I sent her a reply yesterday because I just seen it in my email again. So yeah, we were looking for the right day to set it up. So hopefully when she get back to me, then we'll have the date set up, and then I'll be up in Orlando, and then we'll be at that thing. I appreciate you for setting that up, E.T. Yeah, man. Yes. I think that's the one. Yeah, Candace? Something like that. Hey, Jasmine Major. Appreciate you, Jasmine. Yes. Thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate you. Jasmine got me one of my teddy bears for the day, and I love and I appreciate her. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you for that. Thank you, Jasmine. Claps. Casual claps. I appreciate you, Jasmine. Thank you. Love Letitia. What's up, Letitia? Welcome to the live. Look, the word for the day today is... I believe you will hit your goal, King. Hey, thank you so much, Jasmine. I appreciate you. I believe too. Oh, today we also got another rehearsal later today at 8 o'clock. So I'll probably end up going live again at 8 o'clock. We're going to be rehearsing from the actual venue that we're going to be performing at tomorrow. So it's going to be a vibe tonight. Y'all make sure to tune in around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And y'all going to see me performing all the songs that we're going to perform for tomorrow. And it's going to be a vibe because we get to do like a full tech rehearsal too, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be a vibe. Yeah, man, life is good. But concentrate, yo. The power of concentration is incredible. I'm going live this afternoon around 2 p.m. Eastern time because I'll be at a fashion show. Oh, snap. Are you modeling, Jasmine? La Morena. What's up, La Morena? Welcome to the live. Yup. I am. That's what's up. Shout out to you, Jasmine. Model energy. I love it. Yo, I'm recently finding out how many friends I have that actually model, and I'm starting to like love it. I think I'm gonna need instruction too because people be hitting me up to model, and I genuinely don't know what to do. I don't. I have zero knowledge of it, bro. They be like, "Yeah, come and do this." I'm like, "I'll come and stand. I'll definitely come and stand around." But so I'm gonna need some instruction. That might be another income stream for you, Jasmine, teaching people how to model, and you teach it virtually. Set up a model course that teaches people like how to pose and how to walk the catwalk and how to apply makeup and how to do this and how to do that. That's the whole thing. Like, now that I think about it, that's probably, I don't know if anybody is doing that, but if no one is doing that, then they need to get on that, bro. Because there's so many people, like young kids, adults, so many people that that have no idea. Like me, I'm somebody, I would definitely pay for that because I'd be like, yo, I need to learn this stuff because people be hitting me up for shoots and shit. And I don't know. They be like, yeah, give me another look. I'm like, well, look, bro, I got one face. Like, how many looks you want? I got this face, and I got this face. That's what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the end of that. I don't know. Let me see. Respectfully, right? Yeah, that'll be great, and I could definitely help you. I act mostly, but I do runway shows too. That's what's up, Jasmine. I'm telling you. You want it. I'm telling you, look. I got two faces. Like, they be like, give me a different look. I have one face. How many different looks can you expect, bro? You get, and then you get, like, it's not levels to this. But I know women, like, I feel like women are just way better models than men. I feel like male models are just male models, but I feel like female models are what models are. You know what I'm saying? Like, a model has always been a woman. And that's definitely like, yo, a man, yeah, we out here, but like, when you think of a model, you know, you think of women a lot of times. But at least me, maybe it's just me. But I feel like women just know how to like work their face and work their features and give you different vibes and like different intentions and the eyes and the intensity, and it's just levels to it. So that's definitely an area of interest that I'm definitely gonna have to start learning soon, man. I had this epiphany yesterday about like increasing my content, making my content better. And I want my content to be refined. You know what I'm saying? Like, not really like urban, like street artist vibe anymore. I want something different now. And I'm thinking of like, okay, what can I craft it to be? And I'm like, man, I want this shit to be refined. I want a refined look. You know what I'm saying? So now I gotta study all this other stuff. You on it. I had a really good coach when I did runway in Cali. Yo, that's what's up. Levanity. What's up, Levanity? Not the same look. They be like, give me a different look. Bro, one face. Like, one face. Well, how many looks you want? You got some of this and you get some of this. You got a left and a right. Like, that's really all you're gonna get. For me, I didn't catch the word of the day. Letitia, the word of the day is concentrate. Wow. And every time somebody uses the word, we're gonna sound off the wow. Concentrate. The word of the day is concentrate. There's a difference between focusing and concentrating, and we're going to break it down in this live today. But Concentrate. It's a word that we often don't use. Maybe it's because it has 3 syllables instead of 2, but concentrate, to concentrate. Like, man, concentrate is such a different word than focus. I feel like focus is like, I can get this out of focus or it could be in focus. Like focus, not focus, focus, not focus. But to concentrate something is to eliminate everything that isn't it. It's the same as like making a decision instead of a choice. I feel like making a choice is like focusing. I'm focusing on C instead of B and A and D and E. I'm focusing on C. I'm focusing on it. It's a choice. I feel like those 2 words are in the same bracket. But to concentrate, like something that's made from concentrate is like, yo, this thing has been distilled down to its purest essence. Concentrate. It's concentrated. Nothing else exists. And I think that's the kind of mentality we want to have. You want to have that level of concentration to where when you go into something, I'm so concentrated on this thing, nothing else exists. Sometimes, especially like even me, in recent times, I've been having a tough time like really holding on to one idea in my mind. They asked this really rich guy back in the day, if y'all know about like wealth in the United States of America, one of the richest men in American history was a man named Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie is the reason why Napoleon Hill wrote the book Think and Grow Rich. He wrote it because of Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie said, yo, there's a secret to getting successful, and I want to tell you what it is, and I'm going to send you around the country so you can hang out with my rich friends. You're going to study them, and you're going to write a book. It's going to take you probably 20 years, but you're going to write it. And Napoleon Hill did it. But Andrew Carnegie, they asked him what the secret to his success was, and this is what this man said. They're like, what's the secret to your success? He said, one of the secrets of my great wealth is that I can focus my mind on something for 5 minutes at a time. He said this in a courtroom. For some reason, he was in court when they asked him this question. They were like, what's the secret to your success? He said, I can focus my mind on something for 5 minutes at a time. And the men in the room started laughing. They were like, psh, what? You sound dumb. Like, what are you talking about? Focus for 5 minutes at a time. Like, what are you talking about? And he said, no, I can focus my mind on something for 5 minutes at a time. Can you do that? And then like the men all stopped and started asking themselves and was like, nah, surprisingly, none of those men could focus their mind on one thing for 5 minutes at a time. They could focus for 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds. Have you ever tried to clear your mind? Or have you ever tried to like really think of one thing? You think of one thing and then like before you know it, like in 8 seconds, you know, something else is going to come into your mind. Like you focus on this thing, but like in 8 seconds, it's turning to this and now it's turning to that. You're focusing on this red pen. Focus on the red pen for 5 minutes. You're looking at the red pen, and then like in 10 seconds, it's turned into a blue pen somehow in your mind. And now it's an orange pen. And now you're thinking of all the reasons why you got to focus on a red pen instead of an orange pen. Because an orange might be even better. Maybe I like orange a little more. Wait a minute, why do I like oranges? Is it because I'm from Florida? Is it because now you're thinking about Florida, oranges, and a whole bunch of other stuff, but you didn't hold that one thing in your mind for 5 minutes. And it sounds like such a simple task, but I even wrote it in my book, Materialize. I was like, yo, bro, I was able to manifest all the things in my book because I was able to sit down and manifest, sit and dream build in my mind for 5 minutes at a time. In 2019, bro, my level of concentration was next level. And it didn't dawn on me until yesterday why it was that level. And yesterday I realized what it was. Though I read books like a little bit every day. Like I read 15 minutes a day, right? That's on my schedule. So I read 15 minutes a day. And this again is something I got from that book, Limitless by Jim Quick. He calls it the Pomodoro, I think it is. Pomodoro technique. Pretty much like focus on something between 10 and 15 minutes or 10 and 20 minutes and you'll remember it. If anything past 20 minutes, you don't remember. And so I've been reading books like, you know, here and there. But yesterday, I read for like hours yesterday. And then at the end of me reading for hours, I lost my mind. Like my mind just left me. It just went into a whole nother space. And I started having a whole different type of conversation that was like, my body was reacting to it. I slipped into another dimension or something yesterday. It was crazy. And it's just, and I don't even know how to explain it. I just slipped into another, I was like on a natural high and I didn't know where it came from. And I'm like, yo, but I was enjoying it. I was locked into this vibe for a minute and I was locked into it all day yesterday. And now I'm even still locked into it. And it's such a crazy vibe. And I was like, yo, what is this? And I remember like, oh, wait a minute. I experienced this before and I experienced this in 2019. And 2019 was an incredible year for me. And I'm just saying all this to say like, yo, my level of concentration in 2019 was next level. And I'm remembering now is because in 2019, I had read more than I ever read before. Not a bunch of things, a thing. Like I wasn't focused on speed reading. I just learned how to speed read. So now I'm speed reading. But yo, when I took my time and I read and the character jumped over it's like, yo, because you can make an entire universe from one word. So I started like slowing down yesterday, and then I slipped into some whole other shit, and I don't know what it wasn't like. It wasn't like a daydream, and it wasn't like an imagination. It was just like something came over me at some random point that I couldn't have timed it. It was just like, I'm just gonna keep reading until I get the answers for my life, and this shit like took over. What up, Boo Queen? Welcome. Something just took over me, and then it started answering questions in my head. I felt like I went on like a mini mushroom trip yesterday, because something started talking to me, and it was like, yo, boom, this is the things you've been thinking about, and this is the things you've been trying to like. It's almost like I reached a point in my head where it was like, yo, in the Bible when it says like, be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. It was like, bro, I had reached a certain point in my reading yesterday where I guess I had powered up my brain enough. Lady J, what up, Lady J? Welcome to the live. Nice to see you. Oh, wait, what happened here? Where's my sound effects? Huh? There we go. Can I, yeah, I don't know. Sound effects got to be popping. Because the word of the day is concentrate. Yo, I was in this thing and I'm just like reading. I'm like, man, I had pressure in my head. I don't know. Something was like, yo, something made me think like, yo, if I just I'm going to get to a certain point in what it is that I'm reading, that all my questions in life are going to be answered. And it did. This shit was crazy as hell. And I'm reading, and at some point, something just took over. It was like, yo, I entered into some sort of trance inadvertently. And it started talking to me. It was like, yo, bro, look, this is what it is. And it started showing me these images of like, yo, boom, this is what you've been looking for. This is the feeling you've been looking for. This is what you've been looking to get to. This is what you've been looking to create. If you've ever been in search of inspiration, or if you've ever been in search for like, yo, what is the direction I'm supposed to go in right now? Where am I supposed to go? It showed me a place that I'm supposed to go to. Like, it's in the city too, so I just got to go over there. Because it's random why it popped into my head. It's like, go over there and do this thing with these people. And I'm like, okay, cool. Shit. Why not? But it just answered all my questions, and I was really blown away. And I just entered into this like natural high, and I don't even know what to call it. But it was awesome because it made me think, damn, I felt this feeling before. When did I feel this? You felt this in 2019 when I did Sway in the Morning, and when I was at Sunfest, and when I was on a Bad Boys set, and all these different things, all these incredible opportunities had opened up for me. I remember that, yo, bro, I was reading a lot in that time. I'll do this thing. Earl Nightingale talks about these 30-day challenges. He's like, yo, do a 30-day challenge. For the next 30 days, block out all distractions and just work. Do what you're supposed to do. Just work. Focus on what you got to focus on and work. 30-day challenge where you just cut out everything you're not supposed to be doing. Lady J, thank you for the heart. Oh, wait. No, that's the wrong sound effect. But yes, thank you for the heart. And so I did that then, and I guess I forgot. It's so funny. You can get the answers to life and the answers to do certain amazing things, and then you forget. That's why you get some people that are like millionaires, billionaires, whatever the case may be, and then they end up in a funk, and they end up like losing their mojo, and they don't really know, like, yo, you're a world shaker, you're a world breaker, you accomplish a lot of things. Why are you acting like you don't know what to do right now? It's like, yo, because I've done so many things, I'm kind of confused. But you end up forgetting what brought you to the party a lot of times. Like, yo, I'm in the party, and then sometimes you can forget what brought you there. And it's like, yo, yesterday it kind of dawned on me. It's like, yo, the reason why the word of the day, 2 days ago I had a conversation with my sister, and she said the word concentrate, and I hadn't heard the word concentrate in a long time. I use the word focus a lot. Like, yo, you just got to focus, 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 focus. I even say my superpower is focus. I can focus where other people can't. I can do certain things in certain places that other people can't because of my ability to focus. I can look at that thing and I can stay looking at it when everybody else looks away. Focus. But when my sister said the word concentrate, I'm like, that's such a good word because that word is actually different than focus. We use it the same way, but it's not. Concentrate is a much different word. Concentrate has multiple meanings. Like, concentrate is to concentrate, but concentrate is also to distill something down to its purest form. Cut away everything that isn't the purest of the pure. Icy Angels, thank you for that. Appreciate you. Icy, what's up? What's up, Icy? How you feeling? Welcome to the live. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a rant right now, but I'm just, yo, some of the things I experienced in the last 48 hours was crazy. So when she said concentrate to me, and I ended up reading this book, and then something just overtook me. I was like, you know how they say, like, you know, if you're praying for a sign, you're gonna get it. And I was like, I guess I was praying for a sign because I'm reading in there at some point in this book something that the lady said about, like, you have to learn to love yourself and you have to learn to forgive yourself. And she said something in the book about self-love is not being arrogant or conceited. Self-love is the highest level of value you can give to the world. Because as you value yourself, you begin to value others. And then it even goes to what E.T. was saying yesterday about the reason why a lot of people don't make a lot of money is because they feel like they don't deserve it. They have low self-esteem, so you don't feel like you deserve to make any of that money that you say you want, you know? And even back in that same book, the woman was like, yo, your beliefs are what matter the most. Like your beliefs, I can't remember what she said right now. I'm going to destroy it, so I'm going to just walk away from it. But it was something about like, your thoughts are here, but your beliefs are here. Your feelings are here, but your success is not dependent on how you feel. Your success is dependent on what you believe. You believe, your beliefs are where your success is. So you can feel happy and you can feel successful, but then it's not showing up in your life, and then your feelings change. Feelings change, but beliefs are like, yo, what I believe about the world is what I believe. It's more solid, it's more tangible. So if you put like your success in a frame of belief, you'll get it. And I know I'm bouncing around, but the word concentrate is so next level. I ended up reading this stuff yesterday, and then I just had these images populate in my brain of like things to do. Like, yo, this is what you've been looking for. This is what you've been looking to get to. This is what you've been looking to see, have, be, and do. And I ended up having this incredible conversation, and I ended up saying words like she said in the book, like, yo, you got to forgive yourself. Like, send love to yourself and send forgiveness to yourself. You know what I'm saying? In recent times, like I had a friend recently come and visit me, and she's cool, and I've been like enjoying her company. But it even dawned on me yesterday. I was like, yo, bro, all the things that you're enjoying about even flirting and hanging out with other people is really just you at the end of the day. It's really you. All the things that you want somebody else to give to you, you can really give to yourself. It doesn't feel that way because we brought up in this, like, we're over romanticizing romance in our brains, but all you really want from somebody else, you can really channel that and give it to yourself. That's why you find some people that end up with these midlife crises, and they leave and they go on this eat, pray, love adventure to India and something, and they come back a different person, because what they actually are doing is finding a way to love themselves. They valued themselves enough to leave. They valued themselves enough to tap in with themselves and ask themselves certain questions. And then who they come back with is more than who they left with. You left a half, but you came back a whole because you found a way to love and prioritize and feel yourself out. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was so interesting. And it was just like, man, I just ended up in this experience, but I credit it completely to, like, I got lost in reading yesterday, and it just took me to a whole nother space. And when I woke up this morning, I felt like a much better person. And I was like, damn, bro, I did not, if somebody would have told me as a child that reading could do that kind of shit to you, I would have been doing that. I ended up in a natural high. My vibes went up. My energy went up. My belief in myself went up. Everything went up. And it's because of this conversation. It's so weird because it's like, you're reading these things and you might think it's pointless, but it's building some sort of energy in your brain. And it made me think of that thing about God, like, yo, don't be conformed to the world. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, bruh. If you go hard and you really fill up your head, not with useless shit. I'm not saying like, bro, I'm not talking about go read a Harry Potter book or nothing crazy. I'm talking about like, yo, if you fill up your mind with the right stuff, eventually your tank is gonna get full. And when your tank gets full, all sorts of things can happen for you. Then you become powerful for real. Then your thoughts become reality. Like, you can't manifest something if your mind is full of fucking cotton candy. That's probably like the easiest way to say it. If your brain is full of cotton candy, the idle mind is the devil's playground for a reason. Cause ain't nothing happening here, so I might as well come hang out. You know, it's like a homeless person. Like, if I'm a homeless person and I see an abandoned house, why would I not go hang out in there? Why would I not become a squatter? I'm homeless. This is a house that's empty. We go together. It's just like the devil in your brain. It's like, yo, the devil is just a straggler. You know, what does it say? That the enemy comes not but to kill, steal, and destroy? Like, you like a bum, right? You like a pest. You just walking through. And anybody who got a vacant house, you're going to come and hang out in it. It's like, yo, oh, this person airheaded? I'm about to go hang out. But like, yo, when you fill it up, like, I don't know what I did yesterday. And I must have did it by accident. So I'm going to try to recreate it today. But I got to a point where I just lost my mind. And I slipped into something completely different. And whatever it was, when I came back to my senses, like later that day, I was like, yo, bro, 1, I feel great. 2, I feel like I have answers to a lot of my own questions. And 3, I'm very convinced that there's something going on inside of the mind of man, that if you fill this thing up, if you like fill up your tank, whatever kind of energy, whatever happened to me yesterday was awesome. If you fill it up to whatever this is, something is gonna happen. Like something has to happen. Something's gonna come into your brain, or you're gonna do something, say something. You're gonna get some sort of conversation with God. I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I really don't. But I got to a point yesterday, and it was like, just looking for these answers in these pages and looking. And then, dog, by the time I stopped, my mind had done something. I felt like my tank got full and it like broke open and something just started happening. And if you look up like anything about the mind anyway, it talks about how the mind is like a broadcasting station and a receiver. So like your mind does send out frequency and receive frequency. That's why you can walk in a room and be like, I don't like the vibes in this room. You don't like the vibes in the room because you don't like it. Because your mind, you're already picking up on that like psychic energy about whatever. You looking at people's body language and you feeling the demeanors of these other people, and or just you just feel the vibes in the space. Like, I don't like these vibes. I'm about to leave. Cool, but you can also walk into another room and be like, yo, I love these vibes. These vibes is A1. For some reason, I want to stay in this room. Like, I want to stay here. One thing I noticed about my crib, like, when people come over to my house, they stay here for hours. Like, we end up kicking it for a long time. It don't be one of them, I don't got one of them cribs that you come in and you be like, let's go get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Let's go somewhere else. Let's leave your house real quick because the vibes in there is, you know what I'm saying? And we all got friends like that. You go up in their crib, you be like, are we leaving or what? Like, how long are we going to be here? Because they vibes is off. But, yo, bro, whatever happened to me yesterday, it makes me like a firm believer now that if you like concentrate, and that's the word of the day, concentrate. Wow. If you concentrate long enough on something, on even if what you're looking for is like to solve your own problems. Like I was looking for something and I didn't even know I was looking for it, but I was just barreling through these pages like, am I going to find the answers for what I'm looking for in this life or what? Because I've experienced this once before, so something must have communicated to me like, yo, dive into this thing and don't stop until you have some sort of epiphany. Dive in, don't stop until you lose your mind behind this shit. And I did. And the second I did, yo, I started seeing images and I started seeing like vibes. And I started like my ability to concentrate on. That's one thing books do. Books have a habit of like, for me personally, they silence my brain. Where like, if I read a whole bunch, all the other things I was thinking about just get real quiet. The world gets real quiet and everything gets real simple. Versus like, when I don't read, it's like calamity. I hear noise and violence and there's a war and social media and this shit and that shit and this shit and that shit. Family and somebody's calling me and requirements and obligations and it's all these things kind of just populate. And there's no space to organize it all. But bruh, yesterday, man, I was just barreling through it and my mind got quiet and I'm like, oh, right. This is the purpose of reading again. Like, yo, I'm not supposed to read for just 5 minutes until my alarm go off and then throw it away because I feel calamity. But I started reading until like the world got quiet. Like running through this shit like, but slowly too, until the world got quiet. And when the world got quiet, something else started talking to me, bro. And it was bigger than me. And it was like, yo, you've been looking for me, huh? Look, here, this is what you've been looking for. Thank you for doing the work. Thank you, CX. Thank you for doing the work to make the world quiet enough to where you can hear me. And that's the problem with a lot of people, man. Your world is there's so much calamity around you and there's so much noise, you can't hear what's trying to talk to you. You feel it a little bit. And so you like, I think I got an idea, but I don't know how to make it work. Or I think I want to do this, I just don't know. It's like you got so much interference that it's tough for anything to communicate with you. It could be your ancestors, the universe, your higher self, God, Jesus, Allah, whoever. Something, an angel trying to communicate. I can't talk to you. You can't even hear me because your antenna ain't up. Your antenna is not up. Like your real self is getting highly suppressed by all these other, you're inundated by so many things. All these other outside influences are making it hard for me to get a message across. It's no different than like when you change in radio stations and you end up on a station that's pure static. It's like, bro, this is a calamity. Or you end up on a station that's like 2 stations at once. That's the weirdest shit ever. Like I'm listening to a song and I drive around a certain area and now the frequencies is crossing. Now I was listening to Lil Wayne a second ago about how come I'm hearing baseball stats right now. It's because you slipped into a zone where the frequencies have all like mashed together. Either you're gonna hear white noise and static or you're gonna hear multiple things trying to happen on the same station at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because in one side of the world, 103.5 The Beat in Miami is music. In another side of the world, 103.5 The Beat is talk radio. You know what I'm saying? So there's same frequency, different places. So your mind is so confused and filled with calamity that you can't even like hear what's trying to talk to you. So I say that to say, I think that's what happened to me yesterday, man. I think I finally like slipped into nirvana or something. And whatever it was like, oh, yo, the world got real quiet. Everything I was thinking about got real silent. And bruh, this thing started speaking to me clearly like, oh, bet. Thank you for doing the work to find me. Look here, this is what you've been You know, you got to a zone, and when you get up in that zone, boy, everything changes. My whole energy is up. Everything about my life is amazing, and I gotta remember that. Sometimes you get so lost in like the sauce, trying to, oh, I got this goal, I'm trying to get here, trying to get that, trying to get this, trying to go here, trying to talk to this person, link with this person, work with this person, look like this, sound like this, feel like this, dress like this, make this amount, hit this goal, hit this ticket sales. Like, you get so caught up in the chase that you forget, like, bro, where I am right now is actually spectacular, and I gotta stop at some point, and I gotta thank myself, man. Yo, I'm very different than how I used to be, and if I don't stop and give myself props, I'm gonna think that my life is calamity. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna think my life is crazy. I'm gonna think my life is not good because I'm sitting here constantly comparing myself to the vision of myself that I would like to get to. That's the problem with ambition. Ambition is like, it'll never stop. Your ambition will rise as you rise. So like, you're looking at being a millionaire, maybe even being a 2 millionaire, 3 millionaire, 4 millionaire, multi-millionaire. But it's like, you don't even realize like, yo, you got to a whole bunch of thousands already from hundreds and from less than hundreds. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've made it up to a certain place where you can even see that for yourself. You can even set that kind of goal for yourself. Think about who you were 5 years ago. You couldn't set half of those goals for yourself 5 years ago. You're a radically different person 5 years ago than you were today. So it's like, stop and at some point at least give yourself props. And I had to give myself props yesterday. When I ended up in that zone, I was like, yo, you know what? This lady's writing this book. I forgive myself. I forgive myself, and I started listing all the things like, yeah, I got a bunch of shortcomings. I messed this up. I messed that up. I probably destroyed my last relationship. Like, I did this, I did that. I did a lot of things that ain't great, but at the same time, I'm extraordinarily proud of myself. 1, because I'm still here. 2, because I'm not stopping anytime soon. 3, because I seem to be the kind of person that do and does what I say I'm gonna do. I'm on point. I'm pretty good when it comes to discipline. I may not be perfect yet, but at least I have my eyes on it, so that means I can get, appreciate you, Toy. Appreciate that. You know, that hat just comes with a pose, bro, because you can't make me a cowboy and not expect me to knock it out. But yeah, like, I started giving myself props. Yo, bro, yeah, I've been through a lot too. I forgive myself. I forgive myself for all my shortcomings. I forgive myself for all the things I did wrong. I forgive myself for all the ways when I wasn't perfect. I forgive myself for all the times I was late. I forgive myself for all the times that I didn't understand something. I forgive myself for all the times I did understand something and just didn't do it. Cool, I forgive myself, bro, because them days ain't never coming back. The only thing that's going to come from those days is regret and remorse unless I stop and I forgive myself today. I forgive myself for that stuff, bro. Because I got a tomorrow that I'm heading towards, and I don't want to bring any of that negative energy. I forgive myself. Yeah, I wasn't perfect then. Yeah, I can see my faults and all those different things, but I forgive myself for all those things I did wrong. And I'm proud of myself beyond that. Forgiving myself is the first level, and then after that, I can say I'm honestly proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for all these different things that I had no idea I could do that I'm doing. Did I ever think I was going to talk to somebody about reading a damn book? Never in my life, ever, bro. I despised books before. I mean, I didn't despise them, but I just didn't care for them. I'm like, TV every day. TV. I think that's why I'm an entertainer. Like, TV, show business, like TV, lights, camera, action, flashes, explosions, comedy, like television every day. And a book is different than television, but it's funny because television comes from books. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that TV stuff comes from somebody who wrote it down on a piece of paper first. So it's like, I would have never thought I would have sat here and told anybody to read any kind of book because I was not reading any book. That shit seems like the most boring thing in the world to me. But when you discover the superpower in it, you can't unsee it. It's like, oh no, I can't unsee this shit. Like, nah, bro. An entire motion picture happened in my brain yesterday when I lost my mind. Lost my mind. And an entire movie happened. And I'm sitting right there. I was just sitting over there and I was sitting just reading this book. I didn't get high, I didn't get drunk, I don't have any substances in me, no mushrooms, no nothing. And I ended up in a space that was different. And I'm like, oh, I get it now. And it made me think of my 2019. Why my 2019 was so successful? Because I did that thing that I just did right then and there. That thing. I was doing this thing a lot. And it brings me back to the Andrew Carnegie quote. And they asked him, why are you so successful? He said, I'm successful because I can concentrate. Wow. Word of the day. I can concentrate. I can focus my mind on one thing for 5 minutes at a time. And they started laughing at this man. Yo, can you imagine the power of an idiot The power of a dummy. Like I wanted to say a dumbass. I didn't want to get like flagged, but like, yo, the power of just a genuine idiot to laugh at the richest, most powerful man in the world. Like that to me is a Icy Angels. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for the man. I just like that little thing because I don't know. And you the first one to put me on that little hat game, so I like it. But can you imagine the power of a dumbass? Like to laugh at the richest man in the world? Like that's crazy to me. Cause I think they thought he was joking. Like, yo, what's the power? What is the secret of your success? I can focus my mind on one thing for 5 minutes at a time. Like, start laughing at this man. You're laughing at the richest man in the world. And this nigga is not rich because of YouTube. He's not rich because of like going viral and trending on TikTok. This man is rich because he's pretty much single-handedly instituted the Industrial Revolution. This man ran U.S. Steel, Carnegie Steel, a steel company. Thank you, CX. Appreciate you for the hand heart. Thank you for the hand heart, CX. Thank you for that. This is Andrew Carnegie, bro, the richest man in the world due to steel. He was refining steel. Like, yo, he pretty much built America. Like, there's a series on the History Channel called The Men Who Built America, and one of the chapters is about him. Him, John D. Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, Cornelius Vanderbilt, and Henry Ford. These men built America, and I can show you how. Railroads, cars, steel, oil, and banking. Boom. Yo, they laughed at this dude. What's the secret? I can focus my mind on one thing for 5 minutes at a time. Bruh, if you've never attempted that before, do it today. See if you can actually focus your mind on something for 5 minutes at a time. It just sounds like a joke. That sounds like idiot logic. Like, psh, of course. No. No, most of us, I was going to say most of you, but most of us, we can only focus our minds on something for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds. You'll be surprised how long like 60 seconds is when you're thinking. Yo, I'm going to sit and I'm going to think of this. And when you sit by yourself and you start seeing all these different things in your brain, what happened yesterday at the job and this and that and my bills and my kids and Church's Fried Chicken for some reason, and you start thinking of Louisiana Fast, you start thinking of all these jingles you heard throughout the day. I'm hearing this Canva jingle nowadays. Design for work. And I'm like, oh, you're starting to hear all these different things. Like all those things have been recorded in your mind, your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, your superconscious mind, your unconscious mind. And they're going to either serve you or misguide you when you need them to. Like, yo, when you sit and you like, how can I become successful? The answers that are going to come from you are the things that have been recorded into your subconscious mind. It's either going to serve you or it's not going to serve you. When I go to sleep every night, I go to sleep listening to either money affirmations that I actually recorded myself, like my own goal list. I went in the studio and I just recorded it myself so I could just listen to that all night. Or I'm listening to Baroque classical music. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to these things because I'm aware of the fact that, yo, when I'm sleeping, my mind and my body is in a certain like frequency. So I can program I don't know how true it is, but I can program whether it's true or not, I'm sleeping regardless. So I'd much rather at least set that thing to play some music, or like, if this is going to make me smarter while I sleep, bam. And it's crazy. I'll set it on to like a speaker. Every night I go to sleep, I set it on to either a speaker that I trust, those affirmations, the classical music or something. And I let it work on me in the middle of the night. And then when other people are going through certain things in life, I know that I'm going to approach this situation radically different than somebody else, categorically different than somebody else, because my default setting is a little different. It's because I'm changing it as I go to sleep. I change it every night, and I'm changing it during my conscious mind and in my subconscious mind. I'm battling myself. I'm reprogramming myself. I'm breaking myself and remolding myself, and it takes time. It's not something you could do in a day, a week, a month, not even a year. It'll probably take close to like a decade in order for you to like really get to the nitty gritty and reprogram yourself until you can become the kind of person that you want to be, both consciously and subconsciously. But it's possible. And the 10 years is going to pass anyway, so you might as well do it. Someone said, yo, when is the best time to plant a tree? They said the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time to plant a tree is right now. And someone said it the other day about money. Like, yo, when's the best time to invest? The best time to invest was 20 years ago. The next best time to invest is right now. So if you ain't do it 20 years ago, you got the second best option, which is right now, because 20 years from now, you will be happy to say, yo, I heard somebody say that shit to me 20 years ago. So I stopped right then in that moment and I invested or I read or I planted my seed wherever I was. And then 20 years is gonna pass regardless. So I'm gonna be happy that I bought this house. I'm gonna be happy that I invested my money here. I'm gonna be happy that I bought these bonds or ETFs or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna be happy that I invested when I did. I'm gonna be happy that I planted a seed when I did. I'll be happy that I at least invested in my mind. You know what I'm saying? The greatest investment you can ever make in your life is in your mind. And the sad truth is too, your mind isn't even promised to you. There are people out here who are living with like dementia. And there are people out here that are living with like, you know, just like Alzheimer's and like to lose your mind. And I was joking about it earlier today. Like I lost my mind. Something happened to me yesterday, but I still have my mental faculty today. So I gotta be like, you know, considerate of people who actually have lost their mind. To lose your mind is like, you lost everything. Whether you know it or not, TD Jakes talks about it. I listen to TD Jakes sometimes and he spoke about how his mother had dementia. And he was like, man, it was tragic for me to see. It was tragic for me to see my mother's mind get peeled back like an onion. And I thought that was a graphic way to say that, but like, yo, that was intense. He's like, it was tragic for me to watch. He said, this is the most brilliant, educated, hardworking woman I had ever met in my entire life. The smartest woman I ever met in my life. And it was hard for me to watch her mind get peeled back like an onion to where she couldn't even eat anymore. She forgot how to eat. I had to go with her and chew up the food and like feed her myself and like help her chew it and help her swallow it and try to remind her how to use her motor skills. The smartest, most powerful, the woman who raised me and turned me into this, can't even chew properly. Like, to lose your mind is to lose everything. You've lost town and country. You've lost it all. You know what I'm saying? When you lose your mind. And the sad truth is, some people right now, someone else said this, they're like, yo, most men die at age 25 and don't get buried to age 65. And it's like, yo, what does that mean? That means that most people are walking around zombies. You're a walking zombie. If you're not capitalizing on the power of your mind, then you're a walking zombie. And no one can convince me otherwise, because your life is a reflection of your zombie state. Things are not working for you. They're stagnant. They're still like a dead object. It's a zombie. You're a zombie and you're walking around that way. You're watching this television. You're watching this screen, and then you go from this screen, the TV screen, to the computer screen. And then you're watching that screen, and you go from the computer screen to the phone screen. And then you're watching the phone screen, and you go from the phone screen to the tablet screen. And then you're watching the tablet screen, and you go from the tablet screen to the screen that's inside your car now with the directions. And then you go from that screen to the screen that's the computer screen at your work, or, you know, the screen at the bar when you drinking afterwards. Or, man, they have screens on fridges now. Like, when my homeboy got a fridge, they got a screen on it. I'm like, dawg, the fridge don't need a screen, but the kids go to the fridge and start playing Tetris and shit. I'm like, you're going to the fridge to play a game. But everything, like, we're so surrounded and filled with this stuff. We're inundated by these things, and we don't understand what they're taking away from us. They're filling your subconscious mind with useless junk, useless facts. Why do I know what Megan Thee Stallion is doing? Why do I know what happened with that Tory Lanez case? Why do I know that stuff? There are people in my city, I have no idea what their legal battles look like, but why do I know some of these things? Because they're on social media and they get projected to us loudly, vividly, crazily. How do I know that Russell Simmons' daughter is 21 and she's dating a man that's 75 years old? Because they ended up on my timeline, and now it's in the back of my mind, like, what is this girl doing with a 75-year-old? But it does not matter. That don't matter at all. There's a girl outside right now that's probably 20 years old with an 80-year-old man, and I don't care about that one either. But the things that you allow into your subconscious mind are either going to serve you or misguide you, misdirect you, send you to the wrong place. And if we don't like put a cap on that and start telling ourselves, yo, bro, I need to control my diet. I need to control what I'm consuming. I need to control what I'm watching, seeing, reading, who I'm hanging out with, and what I'm saying to myself. Because all of these things are creating the world around me. You know what I'm saying? I remember Boo Queen said this, I think on YouTube, yo, you got to audit and edit your friends, and you do. I have to audit my friends, and I got to edit this. I got to copy, paste, and delete some of these people out of my life. You know, because if I don't, they're going to continuously harbor the same things and bring the same things back to me that I already have. And I don't want any of those. If you want to change, you got to change, bro. If you want to change, you have to change. And the word of the day is concentrate. Wow. You can't change if you can't concentrate. I say it all the time. Yo, change is easy when change is the only thing that you want. But if you want to change the same amount that you want to Netflix and chill and party and play and be outside and do all this other shit, change is going to be the last thing on your list, and you're never going to get there. And then you're going to continuously walk around with this lie that change is hard to make. We've all seen people lose 400 pounds. We've all seen people kick crack. We've all seen people like change their life, go from broke to being a millionaire, go from a millionaire to being broke. We've seen all these changes. The world is changing so fast. There's so many people doing so many different things because they want to, because change is important enough for them. They're not even classifying it as changing. Well, they're saying, this is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. Of course, it's going to take priority in my life. Of course, it's going to take precedence. But if you don't have that kind of like wherewithal and that kind of grit to put change at the top of your list, then you're going to keep walking around with the same shit, asking God, why do I have the same thing? Why am I still in this car? Why am I still at this job? Why am I still in this neighborhood? Why am I still in this apartment? I thought I would be further along by now. You thought you would be further along by now, but you really don't believe you should be further along because you keep doing the same things. And you're going to keep getting the same results. You have the same belief system. You have the same subconscious programming that you had since you was 15 years old. What other life do you think you're going to have? You're not going to have anything. You're going to have the exact same thing you had when you was 15. And then you're going to start seeing people in your life, even new people, start doing the same thing that the old people did. Wow, this person reminds me of my dad. Wow, this person reminds me of my mom. Wow, this person reminds me of my coach from back in the day. Oh, this person kind of reminds me of, you remind me of, yeah, of course. Because you're putting out that frequency that those are the kind of people that make you feel safe. So your subconscious programming is attracting and manifesting people that will resemble your family. The same level of toxicity you had as a kid, for some reason you got that same level of toxicity now in your relationship, or you seeing it in your friend's house, or this, that, and that's still your friend. Like, yo, my mom used to do that shit to me, and then I went to my homegirl's house and she's doing it to her kid, but I'm still friends with her. Yo, you're recreating the cycle. And we're talking about breaking generational curses, but most people don't even understand, like, you can't break it by doing it again. I can't say I'm gonna break generational curses when I eat the same exact things that my mother ate. You know what I'm saying? I can't say I want to break a generational curse when I spend my money the same way my mother spent it, you know, or when I do the same thing my father did. And a lot of times we're only doing the things we saw them do via safety. We remember being a kid, and when we were kids, things were somewhat safe for us and not as crazy, and we weren't as responsible for things. So we would see our parents do these things, saw what they did, monitor what they did, and then copy what they did. But it's really not safe, because though you were a kid and you were safe and you saw your parents doing that, your parents weren't safe. They were struggling. They were going through it. They had to do this or that or whatever the case may be. They were only getting by. The reason why you eat Aunt Jemima is not because Aunt Jemima is the best brand in the world. The reason you eat Aunt Jemima is because you saw Aunt Jemima as a kid, and so your subconscious believes, oh, this brand must be good because when I go into the grocery store, I recognize it instead of these other brands. So if I see something, if I'm in a foreign place and I see something I recognize, I assume that it's something that is good for me because I recognize it. I see it. I recognize you. You're not processing, oh, I'm only looking at Aunt Jemima's face because, or Uncle Ben's face because I recognize that brand because it was in my cabinets as a kid. And my cabinets as a kid also put my mother in the hospital, my grandmother in the hospital, my father in the hospital, my grandfather in the hospital, my uncle and my auntie in the hospital. I'm not doing that level of math. I'm just saying I saw it as a kid, so it must be good. Yeah, we were in house and we had eggs, bacon, and all this other shit, and it must be good because, you know, we grew up okay. You grew up okay, but you died prematurely. Your mom did, your dad did, your grandparents did. Whether you develop Alzheimer's, like it doesn't matter. We go into the Dr. Sebi conversation to find out all the different ailments based on all the different things. Smoking cigarettes, drinking. Oh yeah, drinking doesn't hurt. My mother, you know, was 88 years old still drinking. Yeah, I know. But was she 88 years old and healthy, or did she have like prescriptions and pains and panics and worries and all kind of shit? Like, be for real. What she got going on? You could like duplicate her life if you keep doing the same shit she's doing. But if you don't, and if you want to change, the key is you have to concentrate. Wow. You got to concentrate on changing. Change is easy when change is the only thing you want. You'd be surprised how fast you change when it gets to the top of your list. There's this dude, man, he was addicted to, I think, heroin and crack. And they asked him, like, yo, how'd you stop? And he was like, bruh, I just stopped. Did you go to rehab? What was your process like? He said, no, I stopped. And they're like, yo, you can't just stop. Like, it's a disease, right? Like, it takes all this stuff. He's like, no, bruh, I just stopped. He said it was something about, he had daughters. And his daughter, I think he was walking down the hallway and his daughter saw him and they walked away or they ran away or something like that. And he realized he's high and he's living in his own paradise, thinking everything is cool. Because when you high, you convinced that the world is everything is gravy. I can sleep under a bridge and I'm still cool. Nah. So he thinking shit cool. But when he saw his daughters run away from him, it dawned on him like, oh, you know what? My children don't want to be near me. My kids don't want nothing to do with me. So if my kids don't want nothing to do with me, I'm wrong. And so he just stopped. It was like, yo, what happened? He said, I just stopped. I just stopped doing it. It was difficult, but I stopped. I didn't have to go to rehab. I didn't have to talk to anybody. I just stopped. I stopped that shit. And it was like, man, that's deep, you know? So when you're able to like stop like that, that's power and that's strength and that's capacity. Like who can do that? And the people that can do that are the people who put change at the top of their list. Yo, when change gets to the top of your list, you will change. But in order for change to get to the top of your list, you gotta concentrate. Wow. The word of the day is concentrate. So, yep. Concentrate. That's where we at with it. Sorry, bro. There's like 100 comments. You bring in a different light to people reading. Thank you. Appreciate that. Good showing tomorrow. Thank you. That's one reason why college ain't for everyone. You literally have to trance in on command often. Plant your seed shirt. Your shirt spoken. Nah, straight up, plant your seeds. Dementia is not a normal part of getting old. Alzheimer's is type 3 diabetes. Right. I know people who are going through it and nothing is worse. Right. I'm telling you. Let me see. Facts, I try my best to stay away from anything that was eaten as a kid. Mentally, it's struggle food. It is. There's a guy right now decided to do coke just to show he could kick the addiction. That's crazy. Most people can't just stop, though. Most people can stop. They're choosing not to, though. Like, if people are like, oh, I can't stop. Yes, you can. For you to even say the word can't, the word can is in the word can't. So for you to even say you can't do something, that's you exerting more energy to say no than to say yes. Like, I cannot do this thing. You're saying the word can in it. So that's what that lets me know is that you actually can do it. You just don't want to. I can not do this thing. Cool. You're going to add the not to it to convince yourself that it's impossible. But you literally said, like, Napoleon Hill said, oh, and I got to make sure I'm watching the time. Napoleon Hill said, every adversity comes with the seed of an equivalent opportunity. So, like, everything that bad that happens in your life comes with the seed of something good in it, if you could see it. So a person be like, oh, I can't do that. It's like, you literally can do that. Like, you can, without, you can do it. You can't even say you can't without saying you can first. Like, that's how crazy the world we live in. And that's how ironic life is. Like, look how ironic that is. You can't even tell me that you can't do it without saying you can do it first. You have to add something to I can in order for it to be I cannot. I cannot do it. I can't do it. You're saying you can, and then you're saying you can't. Like, it's crazy to me. You can do it. OMG, you right. I'm telling you. Like, it's you can't. You literally can do it. Anybody can do it. If somebody said, well, I can't do that. Yes, you can. Oh, I can't be the president. I'm sure you can. Donald Trump was the fucking president. Like, come on, bro. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. Homie got rape cases and drug cases and, like, he got worse rap sheet. Like, yo, it's crazy. Yes, you can. You can do anything you want. You can do anything you put your mind to, but you got to put your mind to it because the word of the day is concentrate. Wow. That's what we got to do. We got to distill our focus down to a point where nothing else matters. Nothing else exists. You'll be surprised at how far you go when you just lock in. And some of our lives are like calamity, right? Like, if I was going to be a doctor, my days would be much simpler than they are today, right? Like, they may not be easier than they are today, but they will be simpler. I would at least understand every day what's required of me because a million people have done this before me and I can just watch what they did. Doing something in the arts, you really are like charting your own course because there's no guarantee you're going to get it no matter what you do. There's so many people who do things properly that still don't make it. One thing. But, like, concentrate. For you to concentrate is for you to find a way to organize even the things that don't make any sense whatsoever in the world. If you concentrate hard enough, you're going to see a way to get it. I always tell people, like, manifestation. Thank you, Jasmine, for liking a lot. I always tell people, like, manifestation is not magic. When you manifest something, for me, manifesting something is like creating an invisible bridge to a thing that only you can see. That's what I think manifesting is. When I manifest some shit, I don't expect it to fall out the sky and it to magically appear in my life. Like, that's a lie. I don't believe that things happen like that. Very few times have anything, even groceries, falling out the sky, right? I think one time in my life I found like a purse full of money that was just laying in my yard randomly. But that happened once in life. Manifestation to me is like building an invisible bridge that only you can see. When I go to manifest things, I'm not saying, God, give me this thing out of nowhere. I'm saying, God, give me a way for me to make this thing happen out of nowhere. A manifestation for me is building an invisible bridge. Like, yo, when I manifested my car, it didn't get delivered to my house off of no effort. You know what I'm saying? Like when I manifested my car, I thought about getting it. I knew I wanted it, knew I could get it. Didn't know how I was gonna get it, but I knew I could get it. And An invisible bridge was built for me. I just had to have the faith to walk on the bridge. But it's an invisible bridge nonetheless. Because I still got to do something to go and get it. You know what I'm saying? So like, yo, boom, it's the invisible bridge. My manifestations are just like, God is going to give me a route that's going to require faith for me to get the thing that I want. And I'm going to have to walk it. But I'm still going to have to walk it. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to have to walk it and get the faith part in. Purse full of money, I'd be a believer. Yo, one time, it was after my mother passed away too. I was like mowing the lawn and I saw this like purse on the ground on the side of my house. I'm like, what is this? It was just a purse and it was raggedy, like beat up. I was like, how long has this been in our yard? And I opened it up and it was a stack of 20s in there. And I was like, what in the world is happening today? I must be concentrating on money because money is falling out the sky. That happened to me once in my life. I was like, there's no way. I'm like, I don't know what I expected. Maybe there was be an old ring in here or something, or just paper, receipts. There was literally like a whole bunch of 20s rolled up. I want to say it was maybe like $180. And I was like, this is crazy. And I went inside, I cleaned it because it was moldy. I don't know how long that purse had been there. And I don't even know where this purse came from. I'm like, somebody must have got into a fight on some block and somehow threw this into our yard because what the hell is this? And it must have been there for a while, but it was really weird. See, the ancestors sent you a bag, right? If everyone can concentrate on the best we can be, the world will be a better place. Absolutely. Concentrate. Wow. If everyone could concentrate, the world would absolutely be a better place because you would understand the difference between what is good for you and what is not good for you. But like a lot of times we don't. A lot of times we don't think that way, and a lot of times we don't give ourselves that ability to do those things because we allow our lives to be so cluttered with this extra shit. And that's why I want to motivate people to read, because whatever I experienced yesterday, I wish that for everybody. Because that felt like a mini mushroom trip. Like I just got lost in it. I'm just reading it. And I convinced myself a long time ago that reading was magic. Like, this is magic, because as I read these things, my life somehow started getting better. I don't know why, but it does. And so I just convinced myself a long time ago, like, yo, this is it just is what it is. And man, I must have been looking for some. I must have been going through it because I'm reading. I'm like, man, I got to find an answer. I got to find some keys to this. And I ended up stuck on one page and I just kept rereading it. And in my mind, I felt like a tank got full in my head and it just like, something just opened up and the world got real quiet. Everything got real quiet. And I was able to pay attention. I was able to concentrate. Wow. I was able to concentrate on the things that I wanted. And it's so weird because sometimes you can't manifest things if you can't focus on them, bro. I'll tell you that straight up. Because you're going to sit and you're going to attempt to meditate, or you're going to sit and you're going to attempt to like dream build or focus or sit in front of your vision board, and nothing is going to work for you because your mind is filled with so much other shit. You can't focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's important to read because you could get lost on these pages in a silent space, and your mind, your consciousness will just expand out and your awareness will just leap out, and your antenna will get to a certain point where you start bringing in information that's like beyond the clouds. And it's really weird. It's really different. I really like don't know how that works, but it works. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like discipline is a part of concentrating? Wow. And how can we focus on concentrating? Wow. Every time we say the word of the day, we gotta set the sound off. Discipline is a part of concentrating, and how can we focus on concentrating? Yes, I do believe discipline is a part of concentrating because you gotta set the time to do it. If I said I'm gonna walk to the movie theaters and read a book at the same time, that's impractical. If I said I'm gonna post while I read, or if I'm gonna do the audio book while I do this and that, like even the audio book ain't as good as the real book, because the audio book is also another person talking to me about it. If they mispronounce something, if something misspelled, or if they forget to say something, or even the tone in which they say it, if it's a white person versus a black person versus a man saying it versus a female saying it, I have all these different like how do I even say this? Like, I have all these different preconceptions about different people's approaches. So if a man saying it versus a woman saying it versus a white woman versus a black woman versus a black man versus a white man, like even the person telling you the story is like, oh, you already like kind of judging where you're getting it from. But when you read it yourself, it's like, yo, you have the ability to do it yourself. So like you start creating the images in your mind based on these words that are like just there. You have to do the work. And I think that's the part. So when you set the discipline to actually sit down and go and do it, you I believe you're earning something at that point. Will Smith said this one time. My friend told me, and I never fact checked it, but he was like, "Yo, the secret to success is running and reading. If you can run and read, you'll be successful." And it makes sense because running and reading require the same muscles. Each step is like a different word. It's like after you read a certain point in time, you get exhausted. And the same thing when you run, you get exhausted. It's like they require the same muscles. And if you could do both of them, you'll be healthy in body and you'll be healthy in mind. You'll be able to succeed in whatever you want. The rate of speed doesn't sync the same. Right? Yeah, it don't go. It don't go for me. But yeah, I think that. Hello, I said that straight up. Do you feel like discipline is a part of concentrating, and how we can focus? How can we focus on concentrating? I think the best way to focus on concentrating is to take time by yourself. Take time by yourself and clear out everything. Like some people don't believe that they have the luxury to take time for themselves. And if you keep telling yourself that, then you're gonna keep not having the luxury to do it. That's like saying that you're gonna keep putting it off until you can't put it off no more. So I would highly say, like, yo, take the time for yourself. Sit in a place, be quiet, be comfortable passing out. If you gotta fall asleep in the middle of your reading, wake up and read some more, do it. But like read until a ridiculous level. Like read until you like can't even read no more, like till your mind starts just firing. And when that shit starts firing, when that engine starts going, something is gonna happen to you that I honestly can't say any other experience in the world will give to you, bro. And again, like I just did this too. If you go to the links in my bio, I set up an Amazon page because they was picking on me yesterday. They was like, yo, set up an Amazon storefront. So now I got an Amazon storefront. If you want any of the books that I read, you get the link in my bio, go to my Amazon storefront, and there's a list of like the top 5 books that I recommend that you get. But there's something that will overtake you, bro. There's something that will overtake you. Something's going to override, and it's going to start communicating with you. And it's so interesting because it just is, bro. It just is. When you sit and you concentrate on something worth reading, something that makes you think, it'll change you, bro. It'll start like firing you up. It'll start getting you activated. And when it does that, you're going to be in the presence of something much bigger than yourself. And it's going to start like moving you and motivating you and showing you things. It's like you're qualifying for a guide. You're qualifying for help. You're qualifying for that assistance. You're qualifying for that advice. You're qualifying for those words of inspiration. You're qualifying to see the images of your future. Like some of these people who are like the greatest thinkers in the world, a lot of their great inventions come from dreams, come from visions, come from nightmares. James Cameron, who did Avatar and he also did Terminator, he came up with the idea for Terminator in a dream. He said he had a nightmare. He was getting chased by some evil robot from the future. And he created that movie, and that movie's called Terminator, one of the biggest film franchises ever. And it came from a dream. Einstein, with the theory of relativity, Einstein came up with E = mc squared because he was in his like study doing what he was doing, and he fell asleep. He had a cot behind him, and he fell asleep on the cot, and he had a dream of him riding a shooting star through space. So he was riding a shooting star through space, and then he woke up from that dream and was like, energy = mass times. And that's how he came with E = mc squared. Like a lot of things will come to you in your dreams, but they'll come to you like when you qualify for them. We're talking about men who like are surrounded with words all day. Einstein was a college professor. James Cameron is a director. You're surrounded by words nonstop. So it's like, yo, what happens when you intake all of that, all of those things? One word, you can make an entire universe from one word. In the Bible, if you think about the Bible, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. A word was God. A word was God, and God said, "Let there be light." You can create. There's an entire universe in one word. So when you're sitting there and you're bringing those things into your mind, what do you think is happening? You're creating different universes in your mind with every single word that you read, and eventually, when you accumulate so much of that, and you've accumulated so much, like I don't even know what it is, kinetic energy maybe. Your tank is gonna get full, and when it does, you're gonna experience something. And I experienced it yesterday, and I hadn't experienced what I experienced yesterday in a long time. And it immediately made me think of like 2019 or 2020. And I was like, yo, boom, this moment. And I was like, yo, that was a really good season for me. It was a good season because of this little feeling that you have right now, this little like change of energy and chain reaction that you're experiencing right now, that You can call it a burst of inspiration. You can call it right time. You can call it a eureka moment, an epiphany. You can call it whatever you want. But it's like, yo, you can qualify for it. If you sit with yourself, you read, you can qualify for it. Once your mind and your awareness gets to that level and your eyes are open, it's like waking up from a dream. Once your eyes get open, you can't close them again. So the rest of your experience is going to be governed by what it is that you saw in that vision. That's why mushroom trips are so life-changing, and that's why, like, you know, all these different things are so like, I actually got to jump off because I got a call in a few minutes. That's why mushroom trips are so life-changing, and that's why, like, DMT is so life-changing, because once you open your eyes to something, you can't unsee it. Once I see it, I can't unsee it. Now, my entire life and the way that I operate in this world and the way I experience life is going to be governed by what it is that I saw in that experience. And what I saw was this. Hey, thank you, Chasing Smiles. Appreciate you. What I saw was this thing. So, like, thank you, Chasing Smiles. I appreciate you. Hold on, let me make sure to sound it off. And concentrate. So now it'll be a lot easier for you to, like, get and accomplish your goals. It'll be a lot easier for you to concentrate on what it is that you want. It'll be a lot easier for you to get it because you'll have the information on how the universe works at your disposal, and you'll have the ability to focus. Andrew Carnegie said, I could focus my mind on something for 5 minutes at a time. And they started laughing at this man like he was a lunatic, laughing at him like he was not the richest, most powerful man in America. Yo, this guy can destroy your life if he wanted with the snap of a finger. He can make it so that, like, everything is hard for you. Like, the richest man in America. His fortune at the time in the early 1900s, I think late 1800s, early 1900s, was $450 million, which is up in the hundreds of billions now. Like, his wealth was crazy. Look up Andrew Carnegie whenever you get a chance. Carnegie Hall, Carnegie Mellon University, these are all named after him. And the guy said, I could focus my mind on something for 5 minutes. I could focus my mind on one thing for 5 minutes at a time. I'm like, yo, what is it? And then he's also the same man who inspired and told Napoleon Hill. That's why Napoleon Hill is Napoleon Hill, because he met Andrew Carnegie. He was working for a newspaper, and the newspaper was like, yo, we're going to send you to go talk to this guy. He's a successful guy. Just go do an article, come back. He went. He was like a kid. Spoke to Andrew Carnegie. He did the article on him, and Andrew Carnegie took a liking to him and said, hey, if I offer you a position and I offered you a job to do something specific for me, would you do it? And he said, yeah, you can trust me. And he said the speed at which Napoleon Hill had responded inspired confidence in Andrew Carnegie to give him this position. He said, look, I want to give the world its first practical formula for success. Everyone in the world could be successful. I was born poor, and now I'm the richest man in the world. Everyone can be successful. It's a formula that we all use. Me and all my friends use it, and I want to share that secret with you. And he told him what the secret was. Anything that the mind of man can, anything that the mind can believe. No, anything that the mind of man can conceive and bring itself to believe, it can achieve. That's Napoleon Hill's quote. Anything that the mind of man can conceive and bring itself to believe, it can achieve. And he explained it to him, like how he became the richest man in the world. And he's like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you to my friends and you're going to interview them. But they're not going to know what you're doing. Don't tell them what you're doing, because many of my friends wouldn't want me to put this on paper about them or about me. But I'm going to send you to them, do your research in secret, and then compile it, put it into a book or a manuscript or whatever, and give it to the world. And that's going to be like one of my contributions to the world. And so he did. Andrew Carnegie sent him to Henry Ford's house and Thomas Edison and Firestone and J.P. Morgan. He sent them to everybody, all the wealthy people of the time. He sent Napoleon Hill, was like, hey, look, my associate's going to come to town. Can you, like, treat him right? And so Napoleon Hill had front row access to all these super successful people at an early age, just off of meeting the richest man in the world at the time. And so he started writing and, like, journaling and talking about all the different stuff. Gilly, I have to go, but I can't wait for the show. If you never seen Hoodie perform, you must. You got to come and see me, cuz at the shows we concentrate. Wow! Thank you, Killy. I'm going to see you at the show. I'll see you tomorrow night. Peace, Killy. Be safe. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Andrew Carnegie contracted Napoleon Hill to go into the world and write this book. And the book ended up being Think and Grow Rich, which is like the book that changed everybody's life. Everybody in the world is talking about manifestation, the law of attraction. You can do all these things as a byproduct of your mind based on what Napoleon Hill put in that book. And he only put it in that book because Andrew Carnegie, the man who said, yo, I can focus my mind on one thing for 5 minutes. Told him, if you can focus your mind on one thing for 5 minutes, that thing will happen in your life. It'll come in. But you got to be able to focus on it and envision it with like full capacity. A lot of people can't do that because your mind is full of junk. You can't do it. And no one wants to tell people that. No one wants to be like, hey, bro, you're not qualified to manifest shit. Like, you're not. You can talk about it, but you don't believe in it. You believe in all the hardships of life, so you're merely manifesting hardships. You feel me? If I tell you all these positive things that can happen in your life, you don't believe it because you think you got to go to college for it, to be qualified for it, to get a job for it, to meet the richest man in the world for it. Like, it's a bunch of just things that, and you believe it can't happen for your cousin and your sister and your auntie and your uncle and your boyfriend and your girlfriend and your husband and your wife. You believe it can't happen for nobody else around you, so you also believe it can't happen for you. And it's sad because it's like, bro, nah, bro. If you can believe, like the Bible says, if you can believe, all things are unto him that believeth. Ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. If you're willing to go there, I'm willing to give it to you. If you can't go there, I can't give it to you. That's what God in the universe is saying. So I want to motivate people today, man. The word of the day is concentrate. Wow. 5 minutes at a time. You'll see what happens in your life. All right, I got to jump off the line because I got a call scheduled in 2 minutes. Yeah, so I gotta jump off. But I'm going to see you guys later. If you're in Miami, definitely come to the live show tomorrow. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be amazing. Hannah, have a good day. Have a good day, Hannah. I'm going to see you later. I'm going to see all of y'all later. Chasing Smiles, I'll see you later. Killy, Boo Queen, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And it's going to be a great live. And I apologize for just talking a whole bunch. I know I wasn't as interactive on this one, but tomorrow I'll make it up to y'all. All right? I'm going to see y'all later. Bye, guys. Be blessed. Peace, Boo Queen. Peace, Chasing Smiles. Peace, Hannah. All right, I got to see y'all later. Peace. Have a good one. Have a great concert. Thank you. Thank you, Hannah. I appreciate that. Yeah, we definitely going to have a good concert. Peace. Peace, Chasing Smiles.